My name is Angelia Hicks-Maxie. I go by Angie, and I am the CEO of Tiny Tots. Tiny Tots is over 50 years old. I believe we're about 56 years. We were formed in 1969 by my mother, Helen Hicks. So she was the founder of Tiny Tots. She's deceased now, but the legacy continues on. Tiny Tots has 4 site locations. We provide childcare for the earliest ages, starting at age 4 weeks, all the way up to age 12. So Harborstone came on board with us during the COVID period, actually. And there was a piece of property in Kent that looked very inviting for us to be able to expand our operations in the Kent area. And also, they were going to take over our existing loan from Bank of America. And they did both things wonderfully. Our current loan is no longer revolving over and over and ever. We've got a nice 15-year loan where we can see the horizon of a payoff, which will be exciting because we can take all those savings in for our staff. And then we were able to purchase the property in Kent, where we have a current lease relationship with a tenant there that is an excellent tenant. And so instead of us building right away, we've just decided to extend the tenant's lease, and we're carrying on that. It's a property that now is generating income, and that's something that Harborstone made available for us. So those 2 loans were great. And actually, let me go a little bit further. During COVID, Harborstone was there for the PPP loans, and we got 2 different ones. The staff were able to benefit from that, and Harborstone was great in facilitating that process. So that's what our relationship has been. Actually, there was a just an informal conversation with I can't remember her name at the time, but it was a banker who was there, and she was just making an introduction. She was so compelling with her argument that a community bank, she felt like, could do more for us than the big boys, per se, and she was right. So now many of our staff have Harborstone loans and Harborstone bank accounts. So it went from just Harborstone assisting us to Harborstone assisting our staff. The next level is Harborstone is supposed to come out and do a presentation for our families. So my current banker is Chris, and Chris is amazing. He's always checking in. He always wants to make sure that we are getting all the things that we need to get. And then when we get ready to put our loan packages together, he's always so thoughtful and make sure that we have all the information that we need in order to give him what he needs to do the best job and bring it before the committee when they have to rank our loans or whatever. This last go round, I will say, was challenging because the market has changed and interest rates were going up. But he fought to make sure that he got the best interest rate possible for us, and it's just been a win-win. Yes, I will say the most important part of going above and beyond is when you're getting all your records together and you have to get things in place for the loan committee to review it. That can be challenging sometimes, and Chris always makes sure to give me a detailed list and make sure he's reviewing the information even before the committee reviews it. And then he's checking in, asking qualifying questions, so not to leave anything undone. And I think that's respectful. And I appreciate him because our business is childcare. And this last go round, there was a big rigmarole about the federal government might be shutting down. And so when they're shutting down, it was a big issue is where they're going to stop funding Head Start. Well, we're not a Head Start guarantee, but Chris didn't know that. He was like, let me make sure what federal funds that you have that might impact that. And I was like, good looking out, because we don't want them to just assume there's a shutdown, there's federal funds, child care's involved. We have state funding. And so we were able to clearly identify that, show where we are at, so that the lenders, when they're looking at our portfolio, we look the strongest possible. You know, I think I really enjoyed the fact that it was a smaller, intimate group. When you go into the branch now, we use the Tukwila branch quite a bit. As soon as you walk in, there's coffee there, people greeting you, they say hello. It's warm, and I really missed that relationship. The bigger banks are not really friendly, and they treat you kind of like you're second class, especially for us because we're a smaller business. But at Harborstone, I would feel like I'm a VIP. When I walk in, it's like everybody treats you so respectful. So that's what I like about it. Well, I would say that our current loan portfolio, we have both. We have both a fixed and we have a short-term 3 to 5 year rotating loan on our property that we have the tenant in. I like the flexibility because we're visioning what we want to do with that property and we don't quite know yet. And so I like that we have the flexibility to have a short-term loan to give us the opportunity to think and plan, but always looking for the future to lock in if we want to, because we have that other one with the 15 years. So I like both of our loan portfolios. I like our banking. We have the remote banking services, so my staff are able to process our checks right, on site, and everything works well with that. I think what I do like the most about Harborstone is their ability to reach out to you. Even for the banking, my assistant office manager, she does the remote banking. If she runs into any problems, somebody's there to answer the phone. There's not like this long, hit this button, hit this button, hit this button, and you don't know where you're going to get a person. Somebody picks up and walks her through any steps if she's got an issue. So I do like that feeling that we have the ability to reach out to real people if you've got a crisis or a problem. Okay, so Tiny Tots, the largest population that we have are our preschool, because we're in partnership with the City of Seattle for the Seattle Preschool Program and the State of Washington for what's called ECAP, the Early Childhood Education Program. Both of those programs offer a free or subsidized program for 3 to 5 year olds. So we have about 99 children that are in that age range. And then we also have about 25 school-age children that are in our school-age program that are around the city, and they go to our Hutchinson site. And then our Othello site has our Birth to 3 program, where we serve children as young as 4 weeks old and up to age 5. But our largest population is our preschool, and those families come in all shapes and sizes. So we have families from every demographic and every background. We also have 3 family support staff that work with our program, so they're there to help meet the family's needs. If they need food, if they need resources, if they need a car, if they need financing. Of course, we're going to talk about Harborstone for them. So those are the things that we do with our families. Not only do we just do childcare, but we're also a full service industry. We also partner with Redeemed Wellness Center, which is right on site. This room right here is one of our rooms that the children can do play therapy in. So we have therapeutic services that also serve our families and the children. We have 4 site locations. They're all in the Rainier Beach community though. Rainier Beach, Othello, Beacon Hill, Tukwila. We serve families even as far away as Kent because people are driving into work. And so on their route, they're gonna stop by Tiny Tots, drop their baby off, and they're head on down to either Renton or Seattle where they're working at. But those are the sites, the areas that we serve. I guess what I want to say is that Tiny Tots, like I said, is over 50 years strong. We really love what we do. The children are our future. And so that's one of the things that we're trying to strive for, is to make sure that they feel heard, viewed, seen. This morning, we were commenting on one of the little boys who had a big afro that was sticking out. And today his mother braided his hair. And it was so cute. So we were talking to him about how cute his braids were. And I'll tell you, every other child that lined up was like, and how's my hair? And how's mine? And what does mine look like? So we had to take the time to talk to each one of them about how they look so that everybody felt important. It was so cute.